Hello and welcome once again to today's section. Now, today we want to look at change of state of matter. So now we're talking about change of state of matter, the ability of matter to move from one state to the other. As you all know, matter is anything that has weight and can occupy space. Here, with change of state of matter, we are looking at the ability of a substance to change from one of the states of matter to the other state. And we all know that matter can exist either in the solid state, the liquid state, or in the gaseous state. So the ability of a substance to change from one state to the other is what we call the change of state of matter. Now, mostly with this, we use this diagram, which we use to denote the ability of the substance to change from one state to the other. So a substance being able to change from solid to gas to liquid has a name. When the substance also changes from liquid to solid, also we have a name for that process. A substance can also change from solid to gas, can also change from gas to solid, and the substance can also change from liquid to gas, and then the substance can also change from gas to liquid. So we just want to look at the name given to this different change of state of matter. So first, we want to look at the name given to a substance when it changes from from the solid state to a liquid state. So a substance is in a solid form. When the substance changes from the solid state to a liquid state, what name do we give to that? And we all know that it is known as what? Melting. So the substance changes from a solid state, then it moves to a liquid state. We call that process melting. A typical example is when you have your ice block, you bring it from the fridge, it's in a solid state. All of a sudden, you see that it changes from the solid state to a liquid state, and we call that process what? Melting. Now, a substance can also change from liquid state to a solid state. You typically take your water, you put it in the fridge or your deep freezer. You can see that at first the substance was in a liquid form, but when you leave it there for some time, it changes from liquid to solid, and then we call that process what? Freezing. So that process is known as freezing or solidification. So solidification, we have the substance changing from liquid state to the solid state. Okay. So another form is when we have a substance changing from liquid state to the state of gas. So you have a substance in a liquid state, and then all of a sudden the substance changes from the liquid state to the gaseous state. I hope you've seen that before. Can you write that in the comment section? So I'll be leaving that one for you. When a substance changes from liquid state to the state of gas. Now, when a substance changes also from gas to liquid, what name do we give to that process? The process whereby a substance changes from gas, the substance is in the gas form, all of a sudden it changes from gas to liquid. We call that process what? Condensation. So you can see that the substance is in a gas form, then it changes from gas to liquid, and that's what mostly they use in distillation, the distillation process. You can see that when the setup is done, you see you have your flask with a condenser collecting it in a container over here. So you have a condenser over here. Then as you apply the heat, the water rises in the vapor, then it condenses, and then it falls back into your flask in liquid form. So that process is known as condensation. Now, when a substance also changes from solid to gas, the substance is in a solid form, then it changes from solid straight to gas. What name do we give to that process? And then when the substance also changes from gas to solid. So when the substance changes from solid to gas, what name do we give to that process? Then when the substance also changes from gas to solid. So a substance changing from gas to solid, we call that process what? Deposition. So we call that process deposition. That's when a substance changes straight from what? From solid, from gas to solid. And then the final one we have when the substance changes from solid to gas. We call that what? Sublimation. So these are the 6 main change of state of matter. So we looked at melting, we looked at freezing, condensation. I've left this one for you to write your answer in the comment section. So we've also looked at deposition. We've also looked at what? Sublimation. So these are the 5 main change of state of matter that we have. So I want you to drop the answer for this one when the substance changes from liquid state to gas in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.